It was a happy day in the Peppa Pig family house as Mama Pig was about to realize her dream of opening up her own home baking school, and she had her first student coming. She was especially nervous because her first student was none other than the Great Hulk. And he bounded into her house and said, "Hello, Mama Pig, I want to make a big cake," as he high-fived Mama Pig. And Mama Pig said, "Okay, well, let's get started," and took the lid off the pot of flour. Hulk said, "Why do we need flowers? Isn't this a cake?" And Mama Pig laughed and said, "You're gonna have to trust me, Hulk, and I'll teach you how to make a cake." So they put some flour on the table, and Mama Pig said, "Okay, Hulk, I want you to flatten this flour nice and smoothly over the table." And Hulk said, "Hulk smash? I can do that." As we all know, Hulk loves to smash things, and he asked Mama Pig to make a really big cake because he was really hungry, and Mama Pig obliged. So she put all the flour on the table, and Hulk started to smash it with his giant green hand. "Wow," said Mama Pig, "that's way flatter than I had expected." And Hulk said, "Did I do a good job? I'm very strong, you know." And Mama Pig said, "Yes, that looks just fine to me. Now let's get it on the table so you can start making your cake." "All right," said Mama Pig. "Looks like we've almost prepared the dough, so I'm going to fold it up and prepare the base of our cake." And Hulk said, "Do I get to smash it one more time?" And Mama Pig said, "No, all the smashing is done." "Okay, Hulk," said Mama Pig. "I'm going to prepare your cake for you, and then it's going to be up to you to decorate it and design it and bake it. And I'm going to go take a break now. So why don't you go ahead and get ready to make your cake by yourself. I'm going to leave the room now, okay?" "Don't leave me," said the Hulk. I don't know the first thing about making or baking a cake." "You'll be just fine, Hulk," assured Mama Pig. "The best way to learn is to make mistakes." And Hulk said, "Well, okay, fine, but first I need to go to the bathroom. Could you show me where your toilet is?" And Mama said, "Sure, follow me, Hulk." "Wow," thought Hulk, "what a nice bathroom. It's so clean. I really should have gone to the toilet before I left my house this morning, but when you gotta go, he thought, as he turned around to sit down on the toilet. Hulk really didn't want to use Peppa Pig family's toilet, but because of all the hamburgers he had eaten last night, he really had to go. Hulk thought to himself, "I'd better make this quick," so he grunted and groaned and strained. Little did Mama Pig or Hulk know that the Joker was waiting outside for this exact opportunity. His evil plan was to destroy Hulk's very first attempt at making his own cake. The Joker had always believed that no one should have nice things, and especially delicious things, and he was going to make sure that Hulk wasn't able to have a cake. "What a perfect fit," thought the Joker, with an evil laugh. "The TNT fits perfectly inside this cake. Now I'll just wrap it all up and decorate the cake, and the Hulk, with his short memory, will think that he did it, and Mama Pig won't know either, because she's expecting Hulk to make the cake. Oh, my plan is perfect," he thought. Thought the Joker, "this is actually quite relaxing, and I can understand why people would like to make their own cake. It's very calming, but never mind. I have to make sure Hulk and Mama Pig don't catch me. Now, what color to decorate this cake? Let's see, something that Hulk would choose, some sort of ugly colors. Maybe purple and orange. Yeah, that sounds like something the Hulk would do," as he grabbed the food coloring. The Joker thought he heard a strange sound coming from the bathroom and thought, "I'd better hurry up and finish this." And so he did. He created a magnificent purple and orange cake just for the Hulk. "Look at my beautiful cake," thought the Joker. "Maybe I should sign up for a class here. I sure would like to get into baking, but that's for another day. I'd better make my hasty escape now and watch from outside as Hulk's cake blows up in his face. Ha ha ha." "Oh no, not again," thought Hulk. "I've broken another toilet. Oh, what am I gonna say to Peppa Pig's mom? I'm gonna be in real trouble. Oh dear." and he thought, well, I better go out there and face the music. So he decided to go walk back to the kitchen and explain everything. Hulk walked back into the kitchen feeling really bad, but then he noticed on the table a perfectly well-made cake, and he looked around and thought, who made this cake? Did Mama Pig make this cake? Or did I? How long was I in the toilet for? I really have to do something about my short-term memory. I really can't remember. And then he heard Mama Pig coming back into the kitchen. Oh, Hulk, she said. What a wonderful cake you made. And Hulk realized that it wasn't Mama Pig that made the cake, and maybe it was him. And he said, oh yes, it's a beautiful cake. Mama Pig was so proud of her first student and said, I'll go get a match and let's light the candle. And Hulk said, that sounds like a great idea, and let's have a piece of cake together. Hulk knew he had to be careful using fire, so he approached the cake very cautiously and tried to find just the right angle to light the candle. When he finally had the match high enough, the candle lit up, and he thought, I did it. And Mama Pig said, wow, what a beautiful cake. And it looks like you have one of those sparkly candles. Oh no, what happened? Gasped Mama Pig. And the Hulk said, I really made a strong cake, I guess. And Mama Pig said, I've never ever made a cake that exploded before. My first cooking class is a disaster, and now you're going to tell all your friends, and nobody's going to come to my baking school. Oh no, she cried. But the Hulk was a little more optimistic and said, come on, there's lots of cake everywhere. Let's eat it. Peppa Pig was playing in her room like all little kids do, and I suppose piglets too. She had a brand new toy and just wanted to be left alone. But who showed up? Her little brother George. Pepper, he said. What, George? I'm busy playing with my new toy. But I've got to go pee. Can you please come pee with me? Oh, come on, little brother. You're old enough to go pee by yourself. No, I'm scared. There's ghosts and goblins in there, and it's Halloween soon. Oh, don't be silly. Go by yourself. George was really sad and insistent, but Pepper wouldn't budge. She had her new toy. So George went to the bathroom by himself. And with that, Pepper went back to playing with her brand new toy. George entered the bathroom. It was big and cold, and he felt quite lonely. And he looked over at the toilet and it was far away. And he thought, there could be ghosts or goblins in here. I've never really been in here alone, actually. He looked around to the left. Then he looked back at the toilet again. And he thought, maybe I can go. But no. Was that a sound? Oh, I don't think I can go to the toilet by myself. I gotta get out of here. There's just no way. I'm gonna hold it in. I don't have to go pee, he thought. So he slowly walked out of the room, carefully. Oh, poor George. George found himself walking back to the living room. I mean, he still had to go pee really badly, but at least the living room was warm and inviting, and there was his little pet dinosaur after all. He thought to himself, who can I get to come here? Well, he had his little phone, and he did know PJ Masks' phone number, so he thought, well, I'll just call them right now. They're always willing to help people. George hung up the phone, and suddenly there was a ring at the door. Wow, superheroes really are fast. In came Owlette, and then Catboy, and then there was Gecko right behind them. This is amazing, he thought. And the superhero said to him, George, what's wrong? How can we help you? And George brightened up and said, I do have some help I need. It's an emergency. In fact, I have to go pee, and there's ghosts and goblins in my toilet. Gecko Boy rushed there immediately to go check. And Owlette and Catboy said, come with us, George. We'll make sure no ghosts and goblins can get you while you're going pee. And with that, they all left to the bathroom, leaving George's little dinosaur on the couch. The little dinosaur thought, well, I want to help too, so he scurried off to the toilet. Now surely you can agree that this wasn't the usual rescue mission that PJ Masks were used to. Nonetheless, it was still just as important to make sure little George could go pee safely without worrying about ghosts and goblins, especially being this close to Halloween. Now the PJ Masks team said, "George, don't worry. We'll keep a good lookout for all those ghosts and goblins, even though we're pretty sure there aren't any in your house." George was so excited, but he still had to go pee really bad. He was just going to wait for Catboy to get in, and then finally he could probably go pee, he thought. Now, all of his friends were there. George said, "I guess I can go pee now." George said suddenly, "I can't go pee quite yet. Can you guys clear the room and make sure there's no ghosts and goblins in here?" And of course PJ Masks said, "Of course we will." And they all looked around and checked everywhere to make sure there were no ghosts or goblins. And sure enough, they couldn't find any. And George was satisfied that he could now, really, finally go pee. Gecko started to whisper something to the other PJ Masks members, and George couldn't quite hear them. And then he suddenly left. George was a bit startled and thought, why would he leave? I mean, I'm just about ready to go pee now. Owlette, where did Gecko go? Owlette said, "Don't worry, George. There's no ghosts and goblins here. And we think you can go pee by yourself now that you know the room is safe. So we're gonna go stand outside, okay?" "Oh, no, George said. "Please stay in here while I go pee, please." But PJ Masks knew that George had to learn to go pee by himself. Suddenly alone, George thought, maybe it is time for me to go pee by myself. But now I'm scared again, and I think there might be ghosts and goblins in here. I can't go pee. And he froze up. But suddenly, from the corner of the room, his little dinosaur friend walked in and said, "George, I'll protect you. I love you. I'll protect you while you pee." And George thought, yeah, you are my best friend. You can protect me. So George readied himself to finally go pee while his little dinosaur protected him. George's little dinosaur bravely stood his ground, looking for monsters, but he was just a little dinosaur and still quite afraid. Lucky for him, PJ Masks were waiting outside, and Gecko thought, I'll help this little dinosaur just a little bit, and then George will be fine. So he spoke to the dinosaur and said, "Would it help if you were really big, and then you wouldn't be afraid to protect George?" The little dinosaur said, "Sure." And poof, he became huge. Roar! Now I can scare away the ghosts and the goblins. And Gecko knew his job here was done, and he could safely leave, knowing that George could go pee. George's dinosaur, feeling braver than ever, scanned the room for ghosts and goblins, and roared mightily. He knew no ghosts and goblins would come near them now that he was such a big dinosaur. And George was happily peeing, knowing he was safe behind his big dinosaur. George called to his dinosaur, "Hey dinosaur, I'm done my pee. I'm ready to go now." And so George walked over, flushed the toilet, and he was done. George was so happy that his dinosaur had finally grown up, and he thought, I think I've grown up too. I'm a big boy now, and I'm gonna wash my hands by myself too, and I'm not scared at all. George's dinosaur was so proud of his new job as George's protector. He made sure to watch over him while George finished washing his hands, and then said, "George, let me guide you out of the room. Come on, follow me." George was over the moon, and all he could think about was telling Peppa, his mama and papa after.